Hello, it's the Great Canadian Bagel here, coming to you with a U.S. electoral prediction for the 2020 election in November. So, this prediction is going to be based on my own modification of the 338 Canada electoral model. So the 338 model, which is made by Philip J. Fournier, is a really good model for... the way he models things works quite well in Canada. And I think it would work quite well in the US too, but the issue is the US polling is garbage. There's systemic issues where they undersample and they do not correct the sampling weights to known attributes. For example, party affiliation, which is where it's most obviously seen as bad in the polling. YouGov, for example, is quite infamous, to me at least, for over-polling Democrat and under-polling Independent and Republicans as a percentage of the population, which makes YouGov polls skew really hard to any Democratic candidate because they're not accurately sampling the American population. They're oversampling an obvious section of it. So my model is predicated on this, and it creates its own different... I manually go in and adjust all of these models, or all these polls, to create a new national average, and I use that national average to adjust the 338 average for the prediction here. So I'm going to go through all the states, and let's start off with the safe Democrat states here. So we get, obviously, California, Hawaii, New York, Massachusetts, Vermont, Delaware, District of Columbia, and Maine. That might surprise you. I'm sure there's many of you out there who are like, what? Only these are the safe states? Now, I'll just clarify. To me, I'm using a plus 20 point margin to be safe, 10 to 20 for likely, 2 to 10 for lean, and 0 to 2 for tilt. So, going forward at that, let's switch over to the safe Republican states. So, we have Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, North and South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arizona, Louisiana, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, and West Virginia. So, just from the safe, the Democrats have a slight edge, but it's going to drop off quite rapidly here. Like, as we move into the likely, they state Washington, New Mexico, Illinois, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Maine's 1st Congressional District. Moving in for the GOP, Utah, Iowa, Montana, Missouri, and South Carolina are likely. Lean is the column where we really get... Oh, I missed one too. Alaska. Lean is really where you get into the Biden's troubles going into this election. So we get Oregon, Colorado, and Delaware and Maine at large. And this is all the Democrats are going to be... Or this is more or less what the Democrats are getting. Oh, sorry, no, Maine at large is tilt. And I forgot Virginia. So, Democrats are projected to be at 212 seats here. And as we move into the lean column for the Republicans... I forgot to. Maine 2nd is likely. And then we get into the tilt column. We're looking at a larger win for Trump this time. Now, that said, Nevada, razor sharp margins. Same with Maine at large. Minnesota and Pennsylvania Minnesota and Arizona are about 1 point by my model, and Pennsylvania is 2. So it's on like just the cusp of becoming a lean state, and with new polling out today that isn't being factored into this model yet, because I generally give a couple of days from polling to stabilize before updating the model, or else you get too much bumpiness. But that all said, even with down 4.5 points in the popular poll, in polling, national vote, Trump's going to completely landslide us here. That said, there is a possibility Biden wins. My model does not compute percent chance of winning. It just predicts the most likely outcome. And this is the most likely outcome as predicted by my model. That is my prediction as of August 20th. See you next week.